Hello everyone, welcome to Everything Arsenal. More transfer updates, very busy couple of days. This is what you wanted to see. This is what you love to see. Quick deals, medicals, the transfers confirmed. This is what you want to see. And Eze is in the news now. Breaking news on Eze. We'll be talking about that. Kudus is back on the news. Valencia defender that we're about to sign and many others. So let's get through it. And hopefully we do get these deals done because this is what is exciting now. Like if you get someone like an Eze, this is what would be exciting. According to Ben Jacobs, Arsenal have added Eberechi Eze to their list of left-wing targets. Eze also being considered by Spurs. He has a 68 million release clause in his Palace contract. Rodrigo also remains of interest. Real winger will discuss his future with Xabi Alonso before deciding whether to explore an exit. Real prepared to sell for around 90 million, which is around 77 million pounds, around that. So according to Ben Jacobs and Alex Crook. So Eze is in the news. I remember saying a week ago, my transfer list was to get Gyökeres, get a left winger. At first, I was like, whichever, whether it's Nico Williams or Rodrigo or Lookman, whoever. That is number 2. Get me a left winger. My number 3 signing was going to be either a number 10 or number 8, an attacking number 8 who's going to, help Odegaard in the 10 role and also in the number 8 role, someone who can attack, depending on how the game goes, whether it's a 0-0 game, we can have 5 attackers on the pitch at the same time. That would have been my 3rd signing. I was looking at Rodgers and Eze, as I mentioned a week ago. And then number 4 would have been a midfielder, someone like Azumendi, all good. And then number 5, also, you needed a backup goalkeeper, and I also wanted a backup defender. Those would have been my 6 signings this particular transfer window. So for the attacking midfield, it could either be an attacking midfielder who can also play on the right wing to help out Sak on that side, or maybe just use Nwaneri there since you already have an attacking midfielder in Odegaard in the new signing. Those would have been my 6 signings. So far we've gotten the goalkeeper, the defender, the midfielder, but we still haven't done anything in terms of our forward players. Actually, the forwards that we had last season, now we have less since Sterling has left. Now we actually have less forward players than we had last season, which is crazy. So someone like an Eze is an exciting signing. Kepa, 5 million goalkeeper backup. That's a signing that I'm like, okay, fair signing. 5 million backup goalkeeper. That's a good signing. Mosquera from Valencia, good signing. Backup for Saliba and Gabriel, absolutely good signing, but not an exciting signing. You rarely have defenders who are exciting signings. I don't think there's ever been a defender who's an exciting signing, unless it's a fullback who goes forward. You rarely see defenders who are exciting signings. But when you start getting attacking midfielders and strikers, I remember back in 2009, waiting to see what the Ashavina signed for Arsenal and all that. Those are exciting signings. This would be an exciting signing. As an attacking player who can play as a left winger, he can play in the number 8 role and he can also play the number 10 role. This would be an absolute exciting signing. Now, if we sign Eze, I don't think we also sign Rodrigo though, because the Rodrigo ball is not in our court. Rodrigo is a case of waiting for whether he's going to leave, waiting for whether Real Madrid are going to, want to let him go. But for Eze, this is the player who's wanted by Tottenham. I mean, I wouldn't be happy if you just let him go, to Tottenham that easily. No, this is a player that you should be trying to get. And from what I'm hearing, he's already said yes to Arsenal, which is absolutely incredible. So Eze would be an exciting signing. And if you look at his numbers and in terms of goals and assists, last season, 43 games, 14 goals, 11 assists. That is a very good return, considering he also missed a few games here and there because of injury. The previous season, 17 goal returns. The previous season, 14 goal returns. So it's always a player who's scoring more than 10 goals. And last season, the way he finished the season was absolutely incredible. He scored the winning goal against Manchester City in the FA Cup final. He scored against us at the Emirates Stadium. I think he scored twice against Tottenham. So I think he had 7 or 8 goals in the last 7-8 games. So he finished the season on a very high note. So Premier League experience is there. Crystal Palace are happy to sell him. Eze is happy to move on. Not like the Rodrigo situation where you have to wait and see whether Rodrigo wants to leave. Does Madrid want to sell him? No, this is a player that I would take 100%. Now Rodgers was my first option in terms of that role, but Eze 100%. If Eze is available for that kind of money, you would take him 100%. Now, that is not the only update on Eze. This is where now you have to be there for him. It's not just the 68 million. Let's go through more updates. According to Team News and Ticks, Eberechi Eze is one of the plans at Arsenal. However, it's unclear if he's first choice or backup option. Arsenal have already agreed personal terms with Eze, and the player wants the move. absolutely exciting. The player wants to move just like Gyökeres, just like the other players we talked about. And when there's a first choice or backup option, I mean, I've just told you guys, for me, it was Roger's first option as a backup option, but Eze can very quickly become the first option because of how good he is. I mean, you would take him in the blink of an eye, man. I would actually even pay 78 million for him, let alone the 68 million. And the 68 million becomes even better when we talk about the next thing that you're going to talk about. So he's in the plans for Arsenal. That is great. It's great to see Arsenal being linked to these forward players. There's some transfer windows where we are never linked to any of these players. So far, we are linked to exciting players like this. Hopefully, Saka's done a bit of scouting for Arsenal in terms of getting Eze to Arsenal. They're also together recently at a Formula One event. So Saka's done a bit of scouting there for us to try and get Eze at Arsenal. Now, it's not just 68 million. It's not just that. This is why it even gets more exciting. Now, Eberechi Eze's 68 million release cost can be paid in 3 installments of 20 million with 8 million in add-ons. You just have to be there. You just have to be there. When you start hearing things about 68 million, 20 million installments, you just have to be there. Like that could be like 3-year installments. You have to be there for him. Like that would help you save money for a strike and other players that you're trying to sort out. That will help you save in terms of the wages. That will help solve the headache for this season, whichever other positions you're trying to sort out, and you get a very exciting player who's already ready, and a player who's versatile, and a player who, he can score goals and assists. His numbers are very, very good. And one thing I absolutely love about Eze is that he can carry the ball and create chances. And number two, the fact that he can shoot the ball. When Saka cuts in from the right side, when Nwaneri cuts in from the right side, they shoot the ball and, they end up being incredible goals sometimes. Not all the time, obviously, but, they can turn and shoot the ball. So defenders usually have to be worried about that. Now, on the left wing, we don't really do that. Martinelli and Trossard don't really cut into the right foot and shoot the ball. Rarely. You never see Martinelli like shooting the ball top corner or something. You never really see that. Trossard's style of play is also different. Gets into the box, maybe cuts back to his left foot, then right foot, then maybe tries to create something or tries to shoot the ball sometimes with his left foot. Doesn't always cut into his right foot. But Eze, this is a player who, if you give a chance outside the box, it's going to be a goal. As we saw him scoring against us. Not once, he also scored a free kick against us last season, I'm pretty sure, at the Emirates. I think he scored both times at the Emirates. The last 2 seasons at the Emirates, he scored in both of them. And he's a very good big game player as well. Scores in big games against big teams. It's in London. It doesn't have to move too much. Tottenham are the rivals, therefore, for the signing, we should be able to get someone like an S. This would be an exciting signing, and it allows you not to wait for, Rodrigo. What decision is he going to make? I would love to get Rodrigo for sure, but the ball is not in our court. They can say Rodrigo is going to make a decision in August, and then we are going to have to wait to play against Man United and Liverpool first, and then you lose the first 2-3 games, and then you start looking for Rodrigo. We don't have that time. We want our signings to be in before it's too late, because we have tough games coming up, even starting from pre-season with AC Milan and Newcastle and those guys, into the season with Man United and Liverpool and all those guys. You have to be ready. So Eze would be an absolutely exciting signing. I would 100% take him. I would take him for the 68 million cash right away, let alone 20 million in installments. That one, I think it's a no-brainer. You have to try and get him. So Eze, as confirmed here by Tinies and Ticks, Eze, Arsenal and Eze have already agreed personal terms. So Eze is happy to join Arsenal. Now it's all about whether Arsenal is going to decide to pay that 68 million or, the negotiations with Crystal Palace. So that is exciting. Those are the kind of news updates we want to hear. Forward players. Now,